Hi again, everyone. Welcome back to Shining Empathy. My name is Joel, and this is your new moon reading for Thursday, May 25th, 2017. I don't know that there's anything new to catch up on, so I think I'll just kind of brush up for anyone who hasn't seen these videos before, doesn't understand the moon cycles, that's just what the new moon kind of is in essence. And it's about new beginnings. New projects, new ideas, new concepts, new chapters, just to start something new. It doesn't have to be brand new. It can be sort of, like I said, a new chapter in something that you're already doing. But it is about sort of sowing the seeds of something new, new intentions, okay? Now I have already pre-shuffled these cards for today's reading, so I'm going to go ahead and pan the camera down. All right there should just about do it. So, yep. All right, so let's see what is in store with the cards. And right away, so we've got two chakra cards here. I would say that they're both in opening states, open or opening. Heart chakra directly connected to caring connections here. I see that as sort of a good omen in the sense that we want our heart chakra as good and open for our soulmate, for our deep, really soul connections that we have with our lovers and with our friends. So let's see what's the stories happening here. So the root of this new moon, the root of what's happening here is an opening in the heart chakra. Let's see what's going on there. So the heart has made a request of us. The heart is asking us to do something. Generally speaking, like when you feel something, there's also a need to act on it. If you're angry about something, you need to take action. Or if you're feeling, something, whatever it is, whatever it is that you're feeling, we generally do feel the need to act on it in some way. And the heart has made a request of us for this new moon to act. Literally, follow your heart. If you want to take it that way. The problem here with this action card is that it looks like we're going to need help. We've done everything we need to do in terms of maybe the planning or the strategizing or even just sort of the thinking it through, but we're just not taking the physical action that's required. The first step, first physical step, if you will. So what it means is that we're going to have to ask for help with this action, okay? Whether that's with physical resources or just emotional support, whatever it is, but we're going to need to actually ask for that support in order to take that action. Okay? So what I'm also seeing here now, this is the card in this spot. This is what feeds what's happening here. So this has directly affected the situation in the sense that it's sort of what has been the catalyst. Okay? So the catalyst here, I sort of look at this like the education card. When the thinking woman comes up, I see her very much as a teacher. She's got her nose in a book there. Well, not actually, her nose isn't actually in the book. She's actually looking at us, the reader and the viewer. But she does have a book in her hand. She does look like she's almost in some kind of a library type place. She's definitely the teacher and the educator. So there's something that we have learned or are learning that is directly feeding this situation. Whatever it is that we're learning, we wished for it. We wanted it to happen. Cornucopia, I kind of think of as like a wish we make with our hearts, and fueled even more so by the fact that it's coming up right beside the heart chakra this week. So yeah, I would say whatever it is that's being the catalyst to get things moving here, it's something that we've learned or are learning, and whatever that is, it's something that we wanted, we wished for it, okay? Now, what's grown the most this week is deceit. For this new moon. And that's kind of interesting. Deceit came up in the full moon reading, I believe, last time. So it tends to be more about self-deceit. I find that especially when I'm giving these online readings, it is much more about how we deceive ourselves, the ways that we lie to ourselves. And it sounds like we're still not being honest with ourselves, and that self-deceit is growing. Let's have a look at what other details we can get. We're not being honest about coming up here with the secret, with the garden and the gate, it's telling me that we're not being honest with ourselves about our true potential. We're keeping ourselves in this little safe little box, and we're saying, this is all that I am, this is all that I'm capable of. And it's apparently we're feeding that even more, that self-deceit's growing even more, like, no, truly, this really is all I'm capable of. And the cards are really asking us to maybe push beyond that a little bit, but I don't know. Let's see what the rest of the cards have to say here. In our challenge spot, we have the World, which is about gaining a larger perspective on the situation. We are having a really hard time with that. That is our greatest challenge in this new moon, is seeing things from a larger perspective, getting the bigger picture. Angel of Strength coming up beside that. I kind of feel like part of the reason why we aren't getting the larger perspective is because we're not feeling our own strength right now. We're not really able to tap into that strength. I also kind of feel like Angel of Strength comes up. It is the strength card in general, right? This is even directly influenced very much from the tarot. And I feel like that can just even add strength to the card that it's informing here. That we're really struggling with this larger perspective, trying to gain that perspective. But I would say that one of the things about deliberately trying to step back and gain perspective is that we're not always meant to. We're not always meant to see the bigger picture, because we wouldn't necessarily act in certain ways that we're maybe meant to. So maybe don't try so hard to see that bigger picture. Know that you have the strength to do what you need to do, but maybe all we need is the strength. We don't actually need to see that bigger picture right now. We will. Eventually we will. But for now, we just need to feel our strength, that we can do what we need to do. We don't need to know everything that's going on, okay? So in our opportunity spot, our opening spot, there is an opportunity for chakra opening here. So the seventh chakra is very much about clarity of thinking. It tends to deal much more with conceptual stuff. It's very much one of our top chakras. Body-wise, it is our absolute top chakra as far as our physical bodies, because it's right in the crown of our heads. It has to do with our connection to spirit, our higher selves, being able to make that connection to our more spiritual side, right? So it sounds like there's an opportunity right now for that to open. What's fueling that is the fact that we're actually gaining a better root chakra. We're actually gaining our ground better here. So as we gain a better root, the crown can open and be in a healthier state. Some of us have a very open crown chakra, but if we're not grounded, we take it to not so great states. And that's actually where mental illness and stuff can really develop, is in the crown chakra and the third eye. And without a good root, without being grounded in the physical world, we tend to take those ideas and concepts and spiritual things, and we tend to just take them to extremes, which, everything in moderation, right? So yeah, because we have been getting our ground on, it seems, or been forced to either by events or what have you, there is an opportunity for better crown opening and connection there with spirit. Envy and strength. I don't necessarily see envy as a bad card. I kind of almost look at it as a motivator card. The warning with it is that if you are preoccupied with looking at everything around you and you're not looking at your own situation, you're going to miss everything that you already have. And as you can see, or maybe you can't see, but she's actually already holding a plate of what looks like gold coins right in her hand already, but she is so busy looking outside of what she deems to be much more brighter and what she wants, that she's not seeing what she has. So that's the only warning, is don't overlook the things that you've already made for yourself, the things that you've already achieved, because those are important to be able to see that. What I would say is kind of the strength of this card, being in the strength spot, is that it can really motivate us. If we're looking at what people want, and if it's something deep down that we know that we really want that, envy can be a motivator. You just have to be, again, careful of not letting it distract you from the things that you've already achieved for yourself. Okay, so don't let it distract you, but let it motivate you if that's the case. And part of what we're being motivated by here is the need for stability. We want to feel more confident, we want to feel more stable, we want to be able to kind of stand on our own 2 feet. The woman holding coin is very much an independent woman. As she sits on her almost like throne she's got there with her cat and her gold coin. She doesn't have a whole lot of worries in terms of resources and security, okay? She's got her stability on. And it sounds like that's a driving force in what it is that we're envious of. We're looking at other people who have this or are this, and it's causing us to be envious of that, and we want that. And so it's driving us to move towards that. Again, not necessarily a bad thing, okay? So it just means that we're moving towards that. Now, in our kind of final outcome slot here, or what everything is moving towards, the fruits of our labor, is this caring connection. And it sounds like we are moving towards either strengthening relationships that we already have, or maybe some new relationships are coming up. Caring connections comes up when it's a very very deep connection. And I look at this card as the soulmate card. So that doesn't have to be lovers. It can be best friends, it can be family, but it is absolutely a deep soulmate type of connection, okay? But more often than not, this does, let's be real, this does relate to lovers, okay? There's another card in this deck that's community and would relate much more to kind of your tribe and your friends. So for this case, I'm gonna guess that this has more to do with the lover aspect of it. Let's see what else it says. So there seems to be some kind of opportunity for spiritual evolution in this relationship here. So maybe for a lot of us, this is relationships that we already have. And there's an opportunity for it to evolve, okay? For us to like literally take a step through this door to spirit here and take this relationship to the next level. For those of you that aren't in a relationship, what I would say this means for you is that there's an opportunity for a new relationship here that is very, very spirit connected. There's an opportunity for a very, like I said, this is already a soulmate card, but this sort of just takes that soulmate card and is just like, this isn't a relationship that essentially can really evolve you and your partner. You can really take each other to new heights. There's opportunity here for real evolution for you both, okay? Now, let's see what the final message from Spirit is. Walking away. So the cards are saying that throughout all of this, we might have to let something go. We might actually have to walk away from something else in order to move forward with this, whatever this new project is or new idea, all these new beginnings here. We're being asked, can you walk away from something and let something go in order to attain something else, okay? I want to say that what we might have to walk away from is our safe place. I feel that when I look at these cards and I think about what we might have to let go of, yeah, it's definitely our safe place and the need to know everything that's going to happen before it happens, all right? Seeing the bigger picture before we've actually gone through the journey. Okay, we have to let go of those things and maybe just trust a little bit more that we're being guided by our hearts, by some kind of higher power, if you just want to call it intuition. Maybe some of you are more God-based, or maybe some of you just relate more to just the general flow of the universe. But you are definitely being guided to walk away from something in order to reach something new, something better for yourselves, okay? That was a really great reading, I think. I felt really good about those cards. So I hope you guys did too. I hope you got some great messages there. If you liked this video, please go ahead and hit that like button. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Shining Empathy. You can also connect with me on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram at Shining Empathy. They're not Twitter and Instagram haven't been very active lately. I apologize for that, but they are there, and I will make use of them at some point as soon as I kind of get that together. So apologies for that. But yeah, you can also check me out there at Shining Empathy. And until next time, everyone, that's it. So love and light to you all. Bye for now.